Reviews are like your credit score. It can go up and down depending on a multitude of things. But as long as you look into it, you can make sure that your credit score is high. That's what we aim to do here. We are the Eyes of the Wise consultation, and I hope you'll choose the wisest decision and stick around to hear more. Eyes of the Wise consultation actually started out as just a YouTube reviewer channel. It's actually a bit interesting in that sense. But yeah, we just reviewed restaurants. I got some of the in-depth scoops on some establishments, and we just kept growing and growing, though, through until we were actually able to set up our own little consulting company. Now, instead of just reviewing restaurants and what was good or bad, we are actually working with them to the benefits of their business. Our main mission is to help our clients figure out and solve what is going on at their restaurant. We go through reviews and even inspect the place, food, staff, etc., and then give our professional consultation on it all for the betterment of the establishment and its customers. Right now, our goals are really to connect with the establishments and their employees and see for ourselves what might be going well or not going well. In the future, our goals would actually be to use our massive followers from starting on YouTube to actually help push more business into these establishments after working with them to see the results. This is important because not many, if any, other consultation businesses have a large mass following because they didn't make their start on a social media platform. This not only allows us to help restaurants better themselves, but can also bring a ton of customers to boot. I am Paul Appleman, and I was the head of our YouTube channel, but now I mostly do our social media. I'm very good with helping with customer service, communication, and image, as this was mostly my job when we were just running the YouTube channel. And now this kind of experience might seem a bit weird, but in today's day and age, social media and knowing how to amass followers is a huge skill. One might even say skill diff. And if you don't get what that means or where it comes from, then there is probably a large amount of work we can do together to make sure your establishment is being progressive with today's times. All this says is that I have something to give that most people don't. I can help you work the whole spectrum of people instead of just a small part of it or just half of it. As the reviewed establishment of Applebee's, it's a casual dining American dishes type of restaurant that has been in business for 42 years. One very popular dish that they actually serve is the riblets. That seems to be their most special dish that they have. Some of their competitors, though, to Applebee's is Hooters, Chili's, and Buffalo Wild Wings. All of these having their own strengths and weaknesses as well. And when talking about strengths and weaknesses, we get into Applebee's strengths. They have a very good atmosphere. 4 stars really enjoy the atmosphere for sure. The hostess was funny, entertaining. We love to see that. Then went to Applebee's. Haven't been in quite a bit of time. Went with a colleague, and they had a great time. The dining experience was great. Waiter went out of their way to make sure they were happy and comfortable. That's good. That's really good to see. Also, I'd heard that the 5-star, the Bourbon Street Chicken and shrimp was very good, came out hot and fairly quickly, and received good service. On the flip side of things, though, there are a good bit of weaknesses. It seems that many people found the place to be a bit dirty. Some of the silverware wasn't cleaned very well, and that's not really great to see. It's not a good starting position. Some other things that were said were that the starter appetizers are half price for people at the bar for a deal, which doesn't make a lot of sense, and understandably. These people were also waiting for their food for so long, drink order 3 times, never even got them refilled. These are some of the weaknesses that we are seeing in the restaurant at the moment. And also, hey, pay attention. Like, these reviews are always so important to look at. Now, they don't speak for every Applebee's out there, but it's important to look at it to see if there's a pattern of good and bad things. It seems like one thing Applebee's could do better is the overall cleanliness of the restaurant. Even its huge silverware problem. Applebee's competitors do not seem to have such problems in their reviews. One huge thing that it seems Applebee's competitors at Hooters is doing better at is actually replying to their customers' reviews. Not just the bad ones either. And Applebee's does have good people working there. However, it is not to the disadvantage of their competitors who also have decent workers. Which can lead us into, some recommendations. So for opportunities, we would be looking at maybe just reducing a lot of the grime, get some elbow grease into the cleaning place and its silverware. Another good opportunity would be just to make sure the food is coming out nice and hot. It seems to have been a thing where it's just not coming out nice and hot. It's cold. Make sure it all is always coming out warm at least or something. And one other thing is maybe get someone on social media and get these reviews at least every other day or something like that to respond to them, whether they're good or bad, because the competitors are doing it and they're doing really well with it. And as you can see, like if you want to bring out cold food, it should be, ice cream. But if you're bringing out that kind of silverware as well, like it's not going to go well. It doesn't matter what it is. If your silverware looks stained like that, people aren't going to want to eat there. Fortunately, there are some threats to the restaurant's image as well, though. One of those would just be making sure people aren't waiting forever to be seated, serviced, or given their food and drinks. This seems to be repeat review. It seems a bit outrageous. But on top of that, look at that sandwich. Just take in that picture. That was a takeout order. So disappointed. This was my daughter's cheeseburger that was delivered by DoorDash earlier. It looks disgusting. It's half there. Wasted almost $35 on lunch. That should never go out. A DoorDasher picked it up. We can't blame the DoorDasher because that's what it looks like, unless something else happened with it in transit. But I'm gonna say that was made at the place, and there's multiple reviews for takeout orders that have this kind of complaint. And one other thing is the quality of food. It's not the worst, but it's not doing better than the other competitors. It's really just it's not hitting the top bar. This person asked for many different orders and just really didn't get anything that they were wanting. Everything came out cold, cooked to medium. They messed it up. They brought out a charred piece of something, and the brownie presentation was just in a cup. It wasn't on a plate or anything, just a cup. Just to go over some of the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats more condensed, the strengths of Applebee's is the waiters and service is good. The experience of eating at Applebee's is good. And it's been in business for 42 years. It's been around for a very long time. It's very ingrained. It's got it going for it. So the weaknesses, though, is the restaurant is dirty and some silverware is too. It takes a very long time to get food and or be seated. Some of the deals don't make sense, like the half off eating at the bar only. It should be for the restaurant, not just the bar. And some opportunities are, have someone check reviews every other day and reply to good and bad replies. Put some elbow grease into cleaning the place and its silverware, and make sure the food is coming out hot and fresh every time. Now, unfortunately, there are some threats. Still, these could make or break the business, and these need to be addressed. Waiting forever for service/food is a major repeat review. Some people missed even their concerts for 3 hours because it took so long to get their food. They thought they'd sit there for a little bit, and they missed it. Takeout delivery orders either not done accordingly or messed up orders across the board. There is not a single review on there that I saw that was really good for the takeout or online delivery orders. Those need to be addressed like now. The quality of food is also not great compared to competitors. If these other things persist, that wouldn't be the first thing that would knock you out, but that would definitely be the last straw, would be that you're just not doing better than the competitors or even on the same level. So we need to address that. I just want to reiterate how important it is to look at restaurant reviews. Make sure you've got someone doing it at least every other day. Try to do it every day, though. Reply to them, even the good ones, bad ones, doesn't matter. Make sure that they feel heard and that you're listening and replying. You're engaging with them, and just to strengthen your position against your competitors, follow some of the SWOT ideas that are listed for this establishment. This would help out greatly. And I would say first and foremost, get the quality of the food up and clean the place. Start there and then get into the nitty gritty stuff. Get it out quicker. Make sure you've got it down good, though, before you start trying to get it out quicker. I have enjoyed being here to try and help out with restaurant establishment and stuff like that. If you ever need to reach me, though, our contact information is as follows. For phone, it is 770-888-2022. Email is ewc@gmail.com. Or go to eyesofthewise.com and go to our customer service and hit us up. Lastly, though, we do have our giveaway for the t-shirt with our logo on it. Make sure to check us out and get that today or whenever you feel like. If you're working with us, that is the shirt for our company. But then once again, just thank you for sitting down and listening to what I had to say, and reach out when you need. And thank you.